It was a brilliant encounter, wasn't it? From a credit to both fighters. And you can understand the emotion there from Derek. I mean, he came over to us just at the end of that fight, didn't he? Walked over, and the first thing he said was, "Did you enjoy it?"
You know what, from Derek's point of view, it doesn't matter what we think. From Derek's point of view, from his team's point of view, no matter what, he thought, I've got this, I can win this fight. So I can understand his disappointment because he didn't get what he wanted. But he's not to be disappointed, because what he did was he showed a good account of himself. He actually showed some chinks in the armour of the guy who I have said, this guy's the heir apparent. Looking at that, Derek has shown me he actually isn't. He's actually one of many can be, but Derek did an amazing job with such a talented fighter. So he's got to have credit where credit is due, which I said before the fight. Usyk's a good fighter. Usyk's a brilliant technician. But would I put my house on it that he's going to be the heir apparent? No, I wouldn't. And I saw that tonight. He's beatable.
We had many questions before the fight of just how effective Oleksandr Usyk could be at heavyweight. Carl, in your eyes, were those questions answered this evening?
I think there were. Not all the questions, because you don't know if he can take a real solid heavyweight power punch. He took a couple today. He's got a little mark at the side of his right eye, and he soaked a few up. His defence was very good, his movement. Chisora was upset there, and, you know, I think Chisora, I don't know if he genuinely thinks he won the fight, but he had a great start. He won a few of the early rounds, certainly on my card.
And by all accounts, did much better than expected.
Oh, yeah, exactly, because a lot of people were writing him off thinking he's got no chance. And obviously he showed there that he was in the fight from round 1 to round 12. He got tired towards the late, but he was doing a lot of the work, following Usyk around the ring a little bit. And, you know, Usyk, he landed a lot of shots, and if you count punches landed and you're scoring rounds based on punches landed, Usyk was the right winner. You know, he clearly won the fight, and Chisora shouldn't be disappointed or be mistaken in thinking that he won the fight, because he didn't win the fight. He gave a great account of himself. He had a great solid start, but then the fight ran away with him because the work rate of Usyk and the awkwardness and the movement was just simply too good from the master technician that is Oleksandr Usyk, and that's what happened there. But has it answered questions satisfactorily for me to say Usyk belongs in there with Tyson Fury or with Anthony Joshua or even with someone like Deontay Wilder? You know, I'm not so sure it does. I'm really not. And I'm not.
How would he fare against those three?
I think he'd struggle. I think the pace and pressure from Anthony Joshua and the combination punches and, you know, an even bigger, heavier, more solid, fresher heavyweight like AJ is. He's taller, he's bigger, he's heavier than Chisora, and he lands more effective shots on the target. So I don't know if that's answered questions for me. I'm not putting him up there with the top three heavyweights in the world.
One thing he said was, he said, I've not boxed three. Yeah, I get that. Derek's got slow feet, but Derek's a tough gatekeeper. And Derek had him questioning himself. Derek had him complain to referee. Derek did everything possible to rattle his cool. And he did at times. And that's why he had to stay on the outside of the ring. And it's that trick. Basically, what he did in the first round, he kept it all the way to the last round, hoping your opponent gets tired. Then you saw as the rounds rolled on, he'd stand his feet for about 15 seconds. Round after that, stand his feet for about 30 seconds, and then let the shots go in, and hoping he'd break Derek down. That's exactly what Lomachenko tried to do in his last fight, and he did in the previous fight. This guy is beatable. You just got to figure out the formula.
Because he's not a concussive puncher. Could that be an issue?
I think it would be an issue at heavyweight. Yeah, he doesn't land shots and have enough of an impact or enough of an effect. I don't think. You saw it there. You know, Chisora didn't look at any stage that he was badly hurt or wobbled until the very end, when his legs were tiring and he was getting heavy under the weight of his own body. His legs are tiring. Let's not forget, Chisora's had quite a lot of wars. He's been knocked out a few times. That's his 10th loss. So this is Chisora, who's kind of an over-the-hill heavyweight, and I don't want to give him any disrespect at all. We're all behind Derek Chisora, but he's not a prime heavyweight. He's not an Anthony Joshua or a Tyson Fury, you know. And I would not be comfortable putting Oleksandr Usyk in there with the top-tier heavyweights based on that performance. It wasn't good enough, in my opinion.
Anthony Joshua skipped out of here. There was no threat there. He thought, "Seen what I want to see. See you later." You know that look tell me everything.